Hello, hello. Good morning to all the good people out there. I'm up bright and early talking about my story, and the name of my title is Brainwashed by an Abuser, Patricia Robinson. Now let me get deep into this. I'm going to get deep right into this because God has shown me a vision and a need to talk about this stuff, about parental alienation, mind controlling and brainwashing, mentally abuses kids, y'all, who uses mind control to control that kid and brainwash that kid until they do not believe anything, say like the father. The abusers are the one, I'm saying, in other words, the baby mother and the grandmother. See, they are the abusers. So in other words, these abusers, they use what they call mind control. And it's hard for that kid to understand and to snap out of the brainwashing by the abuser, the mother, and the grandmother. So, now let me tell you guys something. If anybody out there who have been through the exact same thing that I'm talking about this psychological manipulation. Now, you think about it, y'all. How can an adopted grandmother turn a kid against the other parent? Well, researchers, everybody explains this is broken down as parental alienation brainwashing. It becomes like to a point where this kid is brainwashed so much to just totally not believe anything about what's going on, about what the abusers did to the kid. No matter how much truth is out there and the father is right about telling his story about what happened and how he goes about explaining everything about what these manipulators and these abusers did to this kid. Through it all, the kids who was abused do not believe anything that the father says over here because that kid has been brainwashed. So I'm going to explain to you guys, when an abuser abuses kids all their life, brainwashed kids, you know what I mean? Just totally turns that kid against the father, y'all. You may get away so long abusing that kid, telling all these lies, doing all this brainwashing, all this psychological manipulation on a kid's mind, you know what I mean? But one day, God always turn it around, especially when you totally destroys a kid's mind by exploiting that kid with psychological manipulation. These people out here who do all this stuff for years and years, I'm talking about these grandmothers. They do this stuff for years and years and get away. They may think that they get away all their life, y'all. But I done heard stories, y'all, of this same story with what I'm talking about, y'all. These abusers, these parental alienators, y'all, totally turn the kids against the fathers, y'all. Brainwashed them so bad until those kids did not believe anything that father was talking about. But those exact ones who abused that kid, y'all, with all that brainwashing, I'm talking about true stories here. Those abusers, from experience with what I'm talking about, before they left this world, y'all, they had horrible deaths. Because I'm going to explain something to you guys. You might get away all your life, or you might think that you have gotten away all your life. and you continue on living a lie, not never believing your father because of all this brainwashing and parental alienation. So this grandmother I'm talking about in this real life true story I'm talking about with all this brainwashing, before they left this world, y'all, they had horrible deaths, y'all. Now, these abusers left this world with a horrible death the way they suffered before they left this world. Now, the abusers is gone, y'all. Now this kid is stuck, traumatized by the abuser with all this mind control, mind blowing, brainwashing that was inherited into this kid at birth, y'all. Now this kid is all messed up in the mind, y'all. Y'all understand what I'm saying? What a brainwasher, a manipulator do to kids through this psychological manipulation, parental alienation, upon kids. Now check this out, y'all. There are a number of ways that kids can be brainwashed. Y'all check this out now. Let's say a grandparent, y'all, an accomplished grandparent who have taken this kid's mind. Okay, you are the guardian over this kid, y'all. In other words, they say, I am the trusted caregiver. So now they gain the kids' trust, y'all. All the trust, make them think that they are God given. You know what I mean? So now this brainwasher abuser, Patricia Robinson, makes the kid feel like that she is trusted. But in other words, this woman is a mind controller. I mean, she make you think that she is so trusted, so loved, and how important it is for that kid to have this particular type of grandmother abuser in her life. So in other words, now this is what normally happens within the abuser, the psychological manipulator, and the baby mother. Y'all check this out now. The mind controller hates the person concept which the child is being brainwashed to hate. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The mind controller, y'all. Patricia Robinson. Now, you got an adopted grandmother who hates the father to his kid, y'all. See, this is what the mind controller, the manipulator, the brainwasher does. She installs into the kid her hate, her hatefulness. Y'all know what I'm saying? To hate. And she only focuses on that concept on which she can use to abuse and manipulate a kid, where she can consistently brainwash the kid to hate. So now this kid grows up, y'all, just throw it off, y'all, not believing anything from the father. So now I have heard the kid grows up, turns 18. Now she have a chance to come back into the father's life, y'all. But due to the fact that the manipulator and the abuser, I'm talking about like the adopted grandmother and the baby mother, and they are the abuser and the manipulator who brainwashed the kids. Y'all know what I mean? So now, y'all gonna think deep about this now. So now when a kid is being brainwashed at birth and being controlled at birth by a brainwasher up until she turns 18, y'all. So now the child feels like that she must agree with the mind controller, Patricia Robinson. So in other words, the child must agree with the mind controller. Y'all know what I'm saying? Because in a mind, that kid do not want to lose the support from this abuser, Patricia Robinson. I'm talking about love or acceptance of the mind controller. So now the kid grows up, y'all, who hates the dad because to not do so would means losing mom's love. See, y'all understand the twist here? The kid grows up hating the dad, the mind controller, and the abuser, the psychological manipulators, brainwash the kid, abuse the kid to turn on the fathers to hate the dads, y'all. So if it comes to anything in this life, the kids would prefer to hate the dads, to not lose the abusers who are, in my situation, the adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson, and the baby mother, Veronica Robinson. So the abuser projects onto the kid to hate the father. You understand what I'm saying? So this how this child manipulation and this kid manipulation and how this abuser, Patricia Robinson, creates brainwashing on a kid. Y'all know what I mean? But I have known true stories, y'all. Also, they got away with all this brainwashing and manipulating the kids, all this psychological abusing, all this hate throughout all these years, y'all. You might have thought that you got away, but in God's eye, that grandparent who created all that abusing upon a kid before they left this world, y'all, God had the last say. That abuser had a terrible death the way they left this world, y'all. That abuser lived in so much pain before they left here, y'all. Now, let's say the abuser leaves this world. That poor kid is left alone, still not believing the dad, because this abuser have abused this kid all their life. Y'all know what I mean? So now this kid needs a whole lot of help. Needs help, y'all. So I talk about this stuff. It's a whole lot of people out here who are going through this stuff and who needs help, y'all. I mean, this stuff is real out here, y'all. Like in my case, for a narcissist, psychological manipulator, abuser, who prey on the weak, brainwash the kids, y'all. All of this is only for the love of money. I win you over. I make you fully trust in me and me only. I tell you, this is what this abuser grandmother is doing to my kid. This woman is practicing witchcraft, brainwashing, to brainwash that kid so bad until this kid would do anything just for the love of being around this parent who are abusing and manipulating and who are brainwashing this kid. Y'all know what I mean? So this is really a true example of being parental alienated against and also being brainwashed and manipulated at the same time. A sociopathic adopted grandmother, a sociopathic baby mother, they're called what they call narcissists, pathological liars. They will do anything. In other words, domestic pathological liars who practice hatefulness and will do anything to break a kid down because they have mind control over that kid. And like I said earlier, they might feel like they got away all their life. Brainwashing and totally destroying that kid's mind, destroying that kid's conscience. But they had a horrible death in the end. I'm telling you live true stories. It's people out here that I have known have gone through this exact same thing. The abuser abused that person all their life by parental alienation and manipulation, brainwashing, and they feel like they had totally gotten away. But in the end, the good Lord has the last word. Before that grandmother left this world, she had a horrible death. Y'all know what I mean? Before that abuser baby mother left this world, she had a horrible death, because there's no way here on earth that you can totally destroy a kid's mind, her life, everything about this kid, and you feel like you have gotten away with all this sociopathic, narcissist behavior. Y'all know what I mean? Until you totally destroy a kid's life, y'all. Now this adopted grandmother, this sociopathic narcissist adopted grandmother, she teaches nothing but hate. You must learn to hate your father. This is the only way that you will gain my love, my trust, my support. You know what I mean? So this is what you call brainwashing and manipulation. So they take the kid's mind and keep on brainwashing all that kid's life. Just brainwashing, traumatizing, inflicting all this drama onto a kid until they don't believe anything a father has to say. But in the end, the good Lord has the last word. Those abusers end up having a horrible death before they leave this world, y'all. Because God has the last say. Ain't no way in this world that an abuser can abuse kids, fathers, and get away for life because of their own selfish, narcissist ways. So they damage the kid by adding all this tragedy with all the impact of all this crazy stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? So I talk about this stuff. When you got fathers out here, good loving fathers who have tried from the very beginning, and you got these crazy adopted grandmothers, in my case, a crazy narcissist baby mother, they are in a position to teach only hate to the kid to gain all that kid trust and support by brainwashing. In other words, these abusers are saying, we are your caretakers. We are the caregivers. We are the ones that you should show all your support into with us. So there is no need for you to have any type of contact with your father. So now the kids grows up saying, I don't believe in nothing that my father says about his story. I don't believe anything because my grandmother over here raised me. Your grandmother abused you by parental alienating you away from your father. Your grandmother is the one who bestowed all of this dysfunction onto your life. Your grandmother is the one who installed all of this emotional imbalance on your life. Y'all know what I'm saying? So now, these abusers just take mind control over kids because they are in the position. They have all the time with the kids, y'all. So they bestow all these sociopathic, mentally damaging a kid mind to only gain the support to take and use and abuse and only use mind control to only gain what they want. Y'all know what I mean? These abusers out here, y'all, that's terrible. But they feel like their life goes on. We have everything we want. You can trust us over here. We got you, re-raising you. We are doing all these things over here. But at the same time, the abuser is creating an illusion, nothing but to hate. Hate the fathers. We got you over here, so you must hate the father over there who is telling the real true story about what is going on. So the abuser flipped the script because they got all this time with this kid over here, y'all, with all this mind blowing and all this hateful stuff and all this narcissist personality disorder, y'all, with all this parental alienation. Y'all know what I mean? This stuff is terrible out here, y'all. So I had this vision to talk about being brainwashed by Patricia Robinson. And so, I mean, this adopted grandmother, to me, I feel like she is brainwashing my kid to the extreme until my kid would say, in her mind, let my adopted grandmother adopt me. This is how far my kid have gotten into this brainwashing with this crazy narcissist abuser, Patricia Robinson. So it's just a bunch of mind-blowing and narcissist personality, borderline personality disorders. Y'all know what I mean? Psychological manipulation. I tell you, all this mind controlling and brainwashing. Brainwashing for your own personal gain, y'all. You feel like that you are getting ahead by destroying that kid's life and her relationship with her father and other good family members. But look what this destroyer and this brainwasher have done throughout all the years. Brainwashing, 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 abusing kids. Patricia Robinson, you out there listening, this is all you have done going on 14 years. Brainwashing a kid. But one day, all of that stuff is going to come back around to you. The same things how you have brainwashed my kid and have totally taken her away from her father, put her through all this traumatized, dysfunctional lifestyle here. The good Lord is going to have the last word in the end, y'all. You might think you have gotten away. You might feel like you the shit out here. But I have known for abusers like this, they have had a horrible death before they left this world, y'all. Horrible. And all that pain and all that crazy stuff that they bestowed upon that father and that kid, it came back around once God had the last word. So now these abusers leave this world. Now this poor kid is left stuck, being brainwashed and messed up in the head for life if that kid did not get any help. Y'all know what I mean? So now the abuser, Patricia Robinson, the abuser, Veronica Robinson. I'm telling the story the way it is and what's going on here. So the abuser don't want my kid to get close to her father because they do not want her to know the truth. So they got her so brainwashed, y'all, until she only believes in the abuser side of the story, y'all. So they don't want the father to get close. They want to keep this kid further and further apart, away from her father. You know what I mean? This brainwasher, manipulator, this psychological abuser, Patricia Robinson and Veronica Robinson, this is what they are doing. Now, in my situation, my kid have a good father, but the abuser have brainwashed this kid so badly until I feel like my kid don't want to believe anything I say. I mean, all her time is with these abusers. Y'all know what I mean? Who abused her at birth, who bestowed all this brainwashing upon this kid at birth, y'all, until now. What do you expect if you got a dysfunctional abuser, parental alienator, controller, mind-blowing manipulator who shows nothing but selfishness to control and create unbalance in a kid's life by brainwashing and totally destroying that kid's life. Now, this adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson, her actions are totally to just harm a kid, destroy the relationship to her father's with this kid and her father. So this grandmother, adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson, she's like in comeback, y'all. You know, like a comeback war. This woman, in her mind, is in a comeback war to destroy my kid's life, to not have a father at all because of what happened to her. Patricia Robinson is doing what she is doing to my kid is what happened to her. Once a narcissist is living this narcissist lifestyle, they never stop, y'all. And when they have taken mind control over kids, they never stop. They keep on abusing. They keep on brainwashing. They keep on doing mind control, mentally abusing that kid to intimidate from here on out. Now this kid grows up. If this kid never gets any therapy, y'all, this kid will be messed up for life under, I would call it, a witchcraft narcissist lifestyle from the narcissist abuser, Patricia Robinson. And I know my kid don't want to hear nobody say anything about her mother, but between the two of them, the baby mother and the abuser, Patricia Robinson, they are the ones who have totally destroyed my kid's life by turning my kid totally against her father, y'all. So I had this vision, I had this dream, I had to talk about this stuff, I had to break it down, y'all. This home wrecker, this kid wrecker, this narcissist, Patricia Robinson, this woman is a brainwasher, y'all. She is a family destroyer, y'all. She is a kid destroyer, y'all, by kidnapping a kid totally away from her father, y'all, by destroying everything, y'all. These abusers make a kid believe so highly of them until that kid feels like, okay, I have to have totally support toward this abuser, Patricia Robinson, until she is brainwashed so much until that kid don't want to believe anything that father have to say. Okay, this is my caretaker over here. This is who are taking care of me over here. So your true beliefs, your God-given blood father over here has been kidnapped away from you by a manipulator, by a brainwasher who have abused you all of your life by parental alienation. Y'all know what I mean? So I exposed these type of people, Patricia Robinson and Veronica Robinson, with all these lies and all this brainwashing, y'all. Hey, all my good people out there, y'all be sure to leave a comment. Y'all be sure to talk about this stuff with all these parental alienators out here. This stuff needs to be talked about more and more and more each day. There's some crazy people out here, y'all, and they are on a mission to totally destroy the relationship of fathers, all the other family members, by continually to brainwash that kid. I hope you guys are enjoying my show. I had to talk about this mind controlling and brainwashing from Patricia Robinson and all this parental alienation. That's all it is. Alienated grandparent Patricia Robinson. Y'all know what I mean? This stuff is real out here. I'm going to tell y'all something else before I close here. Different signs of an abusive grandmother. Say in my case, Patricia Robinson. Here are different signs, y'all. The relationships kids have with the grandparents. I'm talking about these narcissist grandparents. I mean, they extremely abuse this kid by parental alienation. Now, a lot of good grandparents are out here who are totally fighting against all this stuff. And I really honor that. And that is the way it should be in the eyesight of God. You know what I mean? But these toxin grandparents who does nothing but brainwash, use mind control, and creates all this emotionally unbalanced in a kid, that's terrible, y'all. Terrible. They play a lot of mind games on the kid's mind. Y'all know what I mean? They tell a whole bunch of lies. They criticize and talk about the father to just totally destroy that kid's belief. They create a whole lot of illusions in that kid's mind. All they want is praise from their narcissist, abusive lifestyle. So they do nothing but create chaos. Y'all know what I mean? But first, they must get that kid to totally trust and believe in them. No matter what, they are dead wrong. But this abuser who creates all this emotional abuse, I don't want you to believe in anything that father has to say. They try to get the kids to not believe anything about what the father is saying, telling his true story about how they broke down father, how they broke down the kid. They totally turn the kid away because they keep that kid away from her biological father, y'all. So they must brainwash and continue on to use emotional abuse and manipulation to keep that kid under their control, y'all. These abusers out here, y'all, they don't care. They don't care about how much they are destroying the kids out here, y'all. They don't care, If they leave this world, they don't give a damn how much hurt, how much abuse, and how much they have messed this kid up in the end, y'all. Y'all, you guys out here, Patricia Robinson, doing all this abusing. In the end, it is the kid who will suffer the most. Because one day, what goes up must come down. Now, like I said, it's a whole lot of people went through this exact same thing, and they had a horrible death before they left this world, y'all. Y'all know why? Because they never tried to straighten this stuff out, y'all. They never tried to do the right thing, y'all. They just kept on brainwashing, manipulating, destroying, parental alienating, abusing, until they just didn't give a damn about the fathers out here, y'all. Because they only wanted that kid for themselves. And that was to get only what they want only. Y'all know what I mean? And then it becomes a point when they play on the weak. I'm talking about this abuser like Patricia Robinson. I mean, these are signs of emotional abuse. So now they play all kind of mind games on the kids. They express favoritism. You must only favor in favor of the grandmother over here only. You cannot show no type of interest in that father. If that kid do show some type of interest that she don't believe what these abusers are saying over here, such as like Patricia Robinson and the baby mother, now they start doing what they belittle. They belittle that kid. They uses all kind of mind control tactics. Y'all know what I mean? To create an emotional unbalance to the kid by belittling, y'all. Criticizing a child's behavior, criticizing a kid's appearance. Y'all know what I mean? Because they want mind control. And if they cannot have that kid under their spell, they will do what they call a emotional unbalance, using all kind of crazy tactics to control and manipulate and do nothing but more harm to a kid by psychological manipulation. Y'all know what I mean? So they keep on controlling y'all I'm talking about these toxins, like this toxic adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson, an emotionally abusive adopted grandmother. Her only desire out here, y'all, is to maintain mind control over my kid with bad behaviors, decisions, appearances. This adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson, she do everything in her power to try and mold that kid into something, to try and believe. She try to make my kid believe that I'm your father. You know, in other words, the abuser, Patricia Robinson. That's how deep she will go to the extreme with this stuff, y'all. To put so much mind control over a kid, to make a kid feel like you should not have no desire to want to have a father over there. They create this illusion. You should not have any feelings to want to have a father over here. You got all our support over here. We are taking care of you over here. So you have no need to have a father in your life. You have no need to try and have no kind of contact with your blood father, because we are your father and your mother and your grandmother. Y'all know what I'm saying? But that stuff don't last for life, y'all. You get away one way and it comes back on you another way before you leave this world, y'all. You cannot expect to abuse a kid all their years, all their life, while they are kids coming up until they turn 18, and you totally destroys that kid's life with all this manipulation, y'all. Emotional abuse, manipulation, playing all kind of mind games, emotional mind games. You know what I mean? So I tell my true story and I share a whole lot of knowledge and wisdom, and I had a vision and a need to talk about this stuff. And Patricia Robinson, I'm going to tell you this before I close. You ain't no good. Veronica Robinson, you out there listening, you ain't no good. You are a terrible baby mother. Now, how can you set an example to our kid when your mind have been brainwashed and controlled by the same manipulator who got your mind? Brainwashed you. Now, you think about it now. You got a baby mother who has been manipulated, brainwashed, taken advantage of. Mind control has been used on her until she is totally parental alienating our kid away from her father because of what this manipulator, brainwasher, Patricia Robinson, has done to her. So she passes on that to our kid by doing the exact same thing that has happened to her. So she do the exact same thing to our kid by alienation, parental alienation, y'all. Selfishness. Y'all know what I mean? All of this is did for the love of money, for the love of control, power. Y'all know what I mean? Brainwashing, exploiting to only get what they want only. One day, that stuff comes back. I call them domestic abusers. I mean, domestic abusers, you know, abusing people, brainwashing people. Uses my kid and brainwashed her. My kid is a victim of being mentally abused by a narcissist. I talk about it, y'all. Anytime you got a narcissist who maliciously keep you away from your own blood-given father in this world, you are surrounded by a narcissist adopted grandmother. It ain't no other way to look at it, y'all. Parental alienation. I tell you, this stuff is cruel, y'all. To try to have a relationship with a narcissist grandmother who does nothing but emotional abuse emotional scars, emotional brainwashing the victims, using all kind of methods, varieties of control methods in order to only obtain control. Y'all know what I mean? All of this is only to contain control within their own narcissist, psychopathic, abusive ways. Y'all know what I mean? So, I hope I broke this stuff down the best that I could. But this narcissist, Patricia Robinson, this woman should be ashamed of themselves. But a narcissist person out here, y'all, they will never be ashamed. They just don't care, y'all. And I'm sharing this. When you got a narcissist grandmother out here, y'all, and a narcissist mother, well, it only says one thing. When a baby mother surrounds herself with a narcissist grandmother, well, she turns into a narcissist mother too. You can be around a narcissist person for so long until you may turn into a narcissist person yourself. Just by being around all these bad behaviors, y'all. Just by being around a manipulator and a controller, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That's terrible, y'all, for a narcissist baby mother and a narcissist adopted grandmother to deprive a kid out of her father by using mind control, brainwashing, only to get what they want, and use psychological manipulation, who bestowed hate into a child's mind and her life to hate the father, y'all. So this is what you call using mind control. Mind control. That is a narcissist adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson. She bluntly and she bullies her way as an abuser to take over and use mind control only. That's all she wants. So she uses her mind control treatment to abuse a kid. She uses all kind of tactics, y'all. So there's Patricia Robinson, y'all. She tries to hijack my kid by destroying her life and totally keeping my kid away from her father, her blood father at that. A good father, y'all. Anybody out here who wants to elaborate on my true story about a narcissist, a controller, y'all be sure to talk about this stuff. Share your feelings about how you feel. Y'all know what I mean? Please leave a comment. Please like, share, hit the bell. Tell all your friends. Help me get my story out here about this narcissist adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson. That's what she is. It ain't no other way to look at it. You destroy a kid's life. Do you think that is healthy? No way, Jose. Patricia Robinson, your entire life is all about parental alienating and abusing kids. This is your whole life story, Patricia Robinson. So I had to do a show about that because this abuser, she tries to brainwash so strongly to turn a kid against her father, to not believe anything that's going on, y'all, even though it's right there before your eyes. I'm not out here running these people down, y'all, but I'm hoping and praying that a whole lot of folks who are going through this kind of stuff, y'all, can learn something, can really truly learn something about what is going on out here within these abusers, y'all, who are abusing innocent kids and who are abusing good loving fathers out here, y'all. I'm talking about these narcissist adopted grandmothers, narcissist grandmothers and baby mothers. Now, all baby mothers and grandmothers are not like that. I am only talking about these abusers, y'all. These crazy abusers out here. Their whole life story is to parental alienate and totally mess up this kid entire life within the early years of their life to totally parental alienate a kid away from their father. But I'm telling true stories here, y'all. And I have seen it where these toxic grandmothers had a horrible death, y'all. Before they left here, y'all, they had a horrible death. Don't think that you can do all this crazy stuff out here to fathers and kids and that you are going to get away forever. That stuff will come back on you to deprive a kid away from the other parent. Y'all know what I mean? You got a sick mind out here if you're out there doing this kind of stuff to kids, y'all. So I'm sharing my stories, y'all. You guys be sure to leave a comment, share your feelings, what you think about this stuff. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys be sure to have a beautiful day. Y'all stay strong now. I know all this stuff going on out here, y'all. It makes you wonder what is really going on out here. What is really going on? In my opinion, I feel like the good Lord is doing a whole lot of shaking out here, y'all. He is shaking up a whole lot of people out here, y'all, who just don't want to come back to the real, who just do not want to do the right thing in their life. God is doing a whole lot of shaking out here to these unhealthy people out here who are creating all these problems out here, y'all. I'm talking about these narcissist mothers and grandmothers. In my situation, this narcissist adopted grandmother, Patricia Robinson. So y'all be good in the neighborhood, y'all. Curtie cool, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Curtie cool. I'm wishing you guys peace, love, and happiness. God bless. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy. Keep shining the light, y'all. God loves you, baby. Curtie cool. Shout out to all my good people out there. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. Okay, bye.